my dearest friends, and welcome to ukvisasuccess.com channel. I'm Svetlana Shlapak, the creator of this free channel, and I am a senior immigration solicitor based in London, UK. After more than 15 years of helping so many people with their immigration challenges, I realized that the majority of visa refusals happen because people simply do not understand how the UK immigration law works. I therefore created this free, frequently asked questions show to change this, to help you understand the UK immigration system. I'm here to deconstruct the UK immigration rules for you and explain how you can apply this knowledge in practice. And here is your next frequently asked question. I'm a spouse of a British citizen. Which form do I need to complete when making my application? This is one of the most frequently asked questions which I get a lot. And I do agree that it may be quite confusing because there are a number of various forms and you can quite easily get confused when deciding which form is appropriate for your particular application. I promise you that after watching this video, all confusion will disappear and you will be crystal clear on which form you need. In order to answer the question about the appropriate form, the first thing you need to establish is your type of application. Generally, there are three types of applications for spouses of British citizens or someone who is settled in the UK. The first one is when you are applying from outside the UK. This application is known as entry clearance application. This is just a legal term for making an application from outside the UK to enter the UK. The second type of application is known as further leave to remain application. This is when you are applying to remain as a spouse or British citizen in the UK. And the last third type of application is known as settlement application, or in legal terms, it is also known as indefinite leave to remain or ILR application. That is when you are applying to remain in the UK indefinitely. In most cases, it will be after 5 years of remaining in the UK on a spouse visa. And if you are in the exempt category or if you were unable to meet the rules before, it will be after 10 years of remaining in the UK. When you're applying to enter the UK from outside, when you are making your entry clearance application, in addition to showing that you meet all the necessary requirements, you need to complete two forms. The first form is the online one, unless you are from North Korea. Those who are from North Korea need to complete a form VAF4A, which is just a paper version of the online form. The second form is called Appendix 2 of VAF4A form. VAF4A form is just the online version of the form which I've just mentioned. And let me show you how these forms look like. This is the online form, and this is the paper version of the paper form for North Korea. The forms in front of you are the current version of the forms at the date of creating this video. One very important thing for you to remember is the fact that Home Office updates their forms on a very regular basis, which is not a problem if you are completing the online form. However, if you are completing the paper version of the form, for example, Appendix 2, you have to always check if the form you are completing is the most up-to-date one. Because according to law, if you are submitting the form which became out of date more than 21 days ago, your application will be automatically invalid. And this applies to all the forms I'll be talking about in this video. And the way to check if you have an up-to-date version of the form is this. You need to go to your search engine and type the name of the form. For example, Appendix 2 VAF4A form. And then you need to make sure that you click on the Home Office link, which is a gov.uk link. And we can see that here it was updated on 5th of November 2018, which is a fairly recent update, and therefore it is most likely to display the most recent version of the form. Okay, moving on to the application made in the UK, known as further leave to remain application. There are two possible case scenarios here. If you know that you meet all the necessary requirements of your application, then you need to complete form which is known as FLRM form, which stands for further leave to remain marriage. If you do not meet the requirements, for example, if you do not meet the minimum income requirement, if you do not meet the financial requirements for your application, then the form to complete is FLRT FP form, where FP stands for family and private life. And you have a choice here. You can either complete the paper or the online version of the form. I always go for the paper version if it is available because it is much more flexible, which you need especially if your circumstances are not the standard ones. Once again, please always make sure that you use an up-to-date version of the form. And here is how the current version of the form looks like. And finally, if you want to make a settlement application known as indefinite leave to remain or ILR application, then you need to use SETM, stands for settlement marriage form, and you're not given any choice here. You can only submit the application online. There is no paper version for this form. And one final thing, if you're a spouse or a partner of a British citizen and you are living abroad and are thinking of joining your spouse in the UK, then you will greatly benefit by checking out my free mind map. This mind map will help you with one crucial thing. It will help you avoid one of the most common mistakes people make when submitting their visa applications to enter the UK as spouses or British citizens or someone who's settled in the UK. This mind map is completely free and you'll find the link in the description.